Yes, Dubai, 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 Dubai. Ah, yes, Dubai, so they can leave. That was the joke of it. Um, Dubai would know Kennedy and probably the Black Adolf Hitler. I'm not sure. There was the Sheikh, black guy. Dubai, no one really wanted to live in Dubai. No one wanted to be in Dubai. The only people in Dubai were the people that were basically cleaning up the cyanide wasteland that basically was coming off of a mountain or inside of some byproduct from an old ancient mine. Basically, it was a contamination zone. There was no fish in Dubai because of all the cyanide. There is nothing there except for some opium plants, really, for thousands of years. Uh, anyway, opium and Dubai would go hand in hand, and basically the whole city was sinking or whatever. I forget. There is some mining history with Dubai, and a lot of black people would say, "I need to get out of this god-forsaken city, Dubai." And maybe me and him could actually laugh about it yet someday because it was drugs, and when you think about hostage situations and war-torn countries, it's mostly just Dubai. It's Dubai. Um, Nobody wanted to be in Dubai, and some people literally couldn't leave Dubai once they got there because ships. People mostly left Dubai. People don't actually go to Dubai on purpose. um, but you can buy a lot of things there. And the people of Dubai have been trying to get out of Dubai for centuries to get somewhere nicer. Dubai attracts people for the money or whatever, but once they get there, they find out that their passports are no longer valid. It's a funny story, really, and mostly they do let people go eventually. It's just that you will basically be putting in your time at Dubai and earning your right to leave, basically, eventually. And that was the joke of Dubai, was that well, basically, it's being run by a bunch of opium people, and a lot of other people would be like, so a lot of people are like, so what happened to the people in Dubai? They got stuck. Mostly it's the opium and drugs that sticks them there. There is freedom of sex, freedom of drugs, freedom of whatever, because the whole place is a contaminated wasteland. There are no fish, there are no nothing. There's just a bunch of cyanide. And basically, it was pretty much a radiological tech, whatever plague upon the world, and I can laugh about it with all the people of Dubai. For a while there, they had towers and people into towers, basically with guns or something like that. There's a lot of stuff that in Dubai. Mostly, it wasn't all that bad, as far as bad cities go and war-torn countries go. It wasn't all that bad. There was rice coming in. There's a lot of produce and a lot of stuff. I don't know why Dubai. I guess maybe because it was a pirate haven. I'm not exactly sure exactly what the story is of Dubai, but there's the sheik there inside of his boat. That's the sheik's boat or something like that. Or there were sheik boats. Basically, a bunch of boats that were built, and I think they were actually built by my company or something like that, or some factory. We could turn out boats really cheaply, really effectively. I did have some involvement in Dubai, unfortunately. Most people would say that too. Have you ever been to Dubai? It's like, unfortunately, maybe. Have you ever invested in Dubai? Well, probably inadvertently. Like I said, it was a big pirate haven, and for the most part, they basically would go if you were in the water. They'd grab your ship and they would basically take you to Dubai, where you would earn your right to freedom, slowly, but you would earn your right to freedom, and mostly. For the most part, most people were like, "Yeah, whatever." I mean, it's kind of like a funny story, and actually, for the most part, the leaders of Dubai, they would talk. A lot of people would say, "Oh, they're horrible people," blah blah, and realistically, I don't know. It's kind of like communism. I mean, a lot of these things you could go back to basically pretty much Germany and stuff like that, and basically me. I forget why I was in Dubai, but I was doing some stuff in Dubai. Kennedy would go to Dubai. Lots of people would end up being in Dubai. Usually inadvertently, like I say. It's not really that bad of a place. I mean, basically the laws were very liberal, and pretty much it had a lot of cyanide because they used a lot of it in the mining, and basically it was pretty much a big ecological wasteland a long time ago until we started having to clean it up because it was going to kill off a third of the world's ocean going creatures or something. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's believe it or not, like I say, I have very little involvement with Dubai. I think I might have involvement as far as it was a pirate haven or something, and I might have had to kill some very, very bad people there. My troops, my people did go to Dubai, unfortunately, and anyway, but mostly it's just freedom and whatever. Mostly people didn't want to be there, so I mean, they were just there for the opium, and people would say that too. They're just here for the opium. There was a lot of opium and basically no laws. So you could have sex, you could do whatever, and basically it's pretty much a war-torn, country. But I mean, hey, I mean they have kind of laws, so. But basically, yeah, I mean Dubai isn't really. I don't know as far as bad places, but I mean, as soon as you turn off the water, everything dies in there, basically. And eventually, it would probably be. Everyone knew that eventually it was probably going to get reclaimed by the ocean or the desert or something. It was only a matter of time, but there's a lot of actually stuff in Dubai, and even some history stuff with some old mining stuff, because I think it might have been maybe quarry or something eventually a long, long time ago, hundreds of thousands of years ago. We might have actually mined it down, so basically there's a rock shelf underneath it. So it's just a matter of putting the sand back. I don't really know. You'll have to go to all these cities have histories. Some of them are really bad, like Dubai and some other places. Lots of death, lots of fighting, and basically, I had a lot of sex. A lot of freedom of sex. Also some AIDS and some other stuff. But pretty much no one wanted to be in Dubai, and everybody that was in Dubai wanted to leave. I wanted to get out of Dubai. It was like slavery without slavery. It was actually kind of funny, actually. And most people actually just ended up using drugs or something like that. Like that building and some other buildings were somewhat mine or somewhat had something to do with me. I built some buildings, but not that many. Um, a few buildings, like the building where there's that big arch that goes down, and I had some involvement with that one or something like that. It was a technological idea. Basically a building that you drive a spike in the ground, a titanium or uranium spike or something like that. I think it's uranium or whatever. You drive a uranium spike into the ground, and basically you hang a building off of it. So the building's actually being hung off of the titanium the uranium spike or something like that. And so because it was a safe way to use up a lot of uranium or something like that or something, and then we shielded it or something, and then we put these big struts. So basically, it's perfectly safe there, but it's a uranium spike or something like that, and it's the largest use of the uranium. I had a lot of it or something like that. I didn't know what to do with it, and it's pretty good metal. It's really strong if you know how to use it. So they built this uranium spike or whatever. And that's what was my involvement in it. Basically, there's a building that's basically a giant uranium spike that goes into the ground, basically down there, and it's never gonna rust, never gonna degrade. So, but it's titanium or uranium spike, and then basically hung a building off of it, pretty much, and pretty much it's pretty well stable. Anyway, a lot of uranium or titanium. It's one way of dealing with an epic supply of basically something that's kind of dangerous to have around. Anyway, I had a lot of it, so. And that was my involvement. Um, Basically, my group or a group, we had all this uranium that was being produced from all the smelting. We didn't really know what to do with it, so I or somebody said, "Hey, let's hang a building off of it." So we decided to hang a building off of it, and it works out very well. I mean, uranium. It never degrades. It never rusts. It doesn't change. It just is uranium, basically, just kind of like titanium. And since we had so much of it, and it was kind of dangerous to have around or something like that, so they try and say that a lot of people try and get going to jail for trying to create a bomb or something, but they're just using up. Because, like I say, whenever you're making metal like gold and iron and anything else, you're going to get a lot of uranium oxide buildup. There's nothing you can do about it. And over the years, like I said, some of these pots, they had quite a bit of uranium metal inside the bottom of it. It's like, well, what do you do with it? I mean, you can't really. I mean, it kills everything around it, and like you're gonna build it up over time, quite a bit of it. Like I say, it's just kind of like a byproduct.